Hello, and welcome to World Tour English. Tonight, let your body relax, your breathing become slow and gentle, and allow your imagination to travel back through time to the magnificent Ottoman Empire. This is not a story of war or conquest, but a peaceful tale of wisdom, kindness, and quiet reflection. As you listen, imagine the soft glow of the moon, the whisper of ancient trees, and the calm footsteps of one of history's most respected rulers, Sultan Suleiman. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the story gently guide you into a peaceful night's sleep. Long ago, in the heart of the Ottoman Empire, there stood a magnificent palace overlooking the sparkling waters of the Bosphorus. Its grand domes reflected the golden light of sunrise, while its peaceful gardens bloomed with roses, jasmine, and ancient olive trees. During the day, the palace was filled with the sounds of advisors discussing important matters, merchants delivering fine goods, scholars reading ancient books, and musicians playing soft melodies. But when evening arrived and the stars appeared one by one across the dark blue sky, everything became quiet. The palace settled into a peaceful silence, broken only by the gentle sound of fountains and the distant songs of night birds. Sultan Suleiman, known throughout the world for his wisdom and fairness, cherished these quiet evenings more than any grand celebration. After the responsibilities of ruling his vast empire completed, he would leave the royal halls and walk alone through the moonlit gardens. He believed that true wisdom could not always be found in books or meetings, but often appeared during moments of silence. As he slowly walked along the marble paths, the cool evening breeze carried the sweet fragrance of flowers. The silver moonlight reflected upon the still water of the palace fountains, creating shimmering patterns that seemed almost magical. One peaceful evening, as the Sultan admired the beauty of the night, he was greeted by Yusuf, the palace gardener. Yusuf had spent nearly 50 years caring for every tree and flower within the royal gardens. His hands were rough from years of honest work, yet his eyes shone with kindness and quiet happiness. After bowing respectfully, Yusuf shared something unusual with the Sultan. At the far end of the gardens stood an ancient olive tree that appeared completely ordinary during the day, yet every night, beneath the full moon, its leaves seemed to glow with a soft silver light. Rather than dismissing the story as imagination, Sultan Suleiman smiled with gentle curiosity. Together, they slowly walked toward the ancient tree. Their footsteps echoed softly upon the stone pathway, while the cool wind whispered through the tall cypress trees. As they approached, the moon emerged from behind a passing cloud, bathing the garden in gentle silver light. Slowly, one by one, the leaves of the old olive tree began to shimmer. Soon the entire tree glowed softly, as if thousands of tiny stars had quietly settled among its branches. Neither the Sultan nor Yusuf spoke. They simply stood together, enjoying the peaceful silence. After several quiet moments, Yusuf softly asked, "My Sultan, why does this tree shine?" Sultan Suleiman smiled without taking his eyes from the glowing branches. "Perhaps," he replied, "some treasures reveal themselves only to those who are patient enough to wait. Many people rush through life searching for miracles, but the greatest miracles often appear during moments of stillness." Yusuf nodded thoughtfully, understanding that the lesson was greater than the tree itself. From that evening onward, Sultan Suleiman returned to the olive tree whenever he wished to clear his mind and listen to the quiet wisdom of nature. Several weeks later, a young shepherd arrived at the palace carrying a heavy heart. Two neighboring villages had begun arguing over a small stream that flowed between their lands. Each village believed the water belonged only to them, and the disagreement was growing more serious each day. Instead of giving an immediate answer, Sultan Suleiman invited the young shepherd to accompany him to the ancient olive tree. Together they sat beneath its glowing branches, listening to the gentle wind. Finally, the Sultan asked a simple question. "Tell me, does the moon belong to only one village?" The shepherd smiled and answered, "No, my Sultan." Suleiman continued, "Does the rain choose only one family? Does the wind refuse to blow across one field while blessing another?" Again the shepherd answered, "No." The Sultan gently nodded. "Then why should the water belong to only one village? Nature teaches us to share her gifts. When we divide kindness, everyone becomes richer." Inspired by the Sultan's wisdom, the shepherd returned home. Soon the two villages agreed to share the stream peacefully, and before long their fields became greener than ever before. As the seasons passed, travelers journeyed from distant lands to seek the Sultan's advice. Some were wealthy merchants carrying valuable treasures, while others were poor farmers seeking only justice. Some were experienced scholars with many questions, while others were curious children filled with wonder. Sultan Suleiman welcomed everyone with equal kindness, believing that every person carried a story worth hearing. One cold winter afternoon, a little girl named Layla visited the palace. In her hands, she carefully held a small wooden bird carved by her grandfather before he passed away. Looking sadly at the carving, she quietly said, "My Sultan, I wish this little bird could sing." Suleiman gently held the tiny wooden bird, admiring the careful craftsmanship. Then he smiled warmly. "It may never sing with its voice," he said, "but every time you hold it, it sings with the love your grandfather placed into it. Love is a song that never fades." Layla smiled through happy tears, hugging the little bird close to her heart as she returned home. On another occasion, the royal baker accidentally burned several loaves of bread just before an important feast. Fear filled his heart as he imagined the Sultan's disappointment. When Suleiman entered the kitchen, he calmly broke off a small piece of the bread and tasted it. Instead of becoming angry, he smiled kindly. "This bread may not be perfect," he said, "but even imperfect bread can satisfy a hungry traveler. We learn more from our mistakes than from our successes." The baker thanked the Sultan and continued his work with renewed confidence, never allowing fear to overcome his dedication. Among all the rooms within the magnificent palace, one of Sultan Suleiman's favorite places was the royal library. Tall wooden shelves reached toward the ceiling, filled with books from every corner of the known world. There were stories of ancient civilizations, collections of poetry, maps of distant lands, scientific discoveries, and works of philosophy. The Sultan often invited children to explore the library, encouraging them to ask questions without fear. One afternoon, a young boy asked, "My Sultan,
What is the greatest treasure in the world? Some children guessed gold, while others answered jewels or magnificent castles. Suleiman smiled and gently replied, "The greatest treasure is wisdom shared with kindness. Gold may disappear, but kindness remains forever." Years slowly passed, and Sultan Suleiman's beard became white like fresh snow. His steps grew slower, yet his heart remained filled with peace. One warm summer evening, he gathered the young princes and princesses beneath the ancient olive tree. Looking toward the countless stars shining above, he quietly asked, "Can anyone count all the stars?" The children looked up, smiling as they shook their heads. "Perhaps no one can," the Sultan said softly. "Yet every star has its place in the sky, just as every person has a purpose in this world. Never believe your light is too small to matter."
As midnight approached, the palace rested peacefully beneath the moon. The fountains whispered softly, the trees gently swayed in the cool breeze, and the glowing olive tree stood quietly beneath the stars. Sultan Suleiman closed his eyes and listened, not to voices or music, but to the comforting silence surrounding him. In that silence, he found gratitude, hope, and peace. He knew that a calm heart could overcome even the greatest challenges. Generations later, people continued telling stories about Sultan Suleiman. They remembered him not only because he ruled a powerful empire, but because he ruled with compassion, patience, humility, and wisdom. They spoke of the ancient olive tree that glowed beneath the moon, reminding all who saw it that the greatest treasures are often invisible to the eyes. They remembered that kindness grows quietly, wisdom comes through patience, and peace begins within every gentle heart willing to listen.
And now, as our peaceful journey comes to an end, let the quiet gardens of the Ottoman palace slowly fade into the distance. Imagine the moon shining gently above, the fountains softly flowing, and the ancient olive tree standing peacefully beneath the stars. Thank you for spending this quiet evening with World Tour English. May your heart remain calm, your dreams be filled with gentle adventures, and your night bring you deep and restful sleep. Good night, sleep peacefully, and we look forward to welcoming you again on another relaxing journey through history.